Reading in 2 Nephi chapter 20, the Lord's talking about the king of Assyria and how the king of Assyria is boasting of all these things that he's done. But then the Lord in verse 15 says, "Shall the axe boast itself against him that heweth therewith? Shall the saw magnify itself against him that shaketh it? As if the rod should shake itself against them that lift it up, or as if the staff should lift up itself as if it were no wood." What the Lord's saying here is he took the king of Assyria, who was a wicked man, and used him to humble many nations. Just as he many times in the Book of Mormon takes the Lamanites and humbles the Nephites, scourges them and stirs them up to remembrance through the trials and the sorrows that they're having. And the principle here is, no matter what good thing we do, or what great works we are accomplishing, it is the Lord that deserves the credit. We are but tools in his hands. I am but a tool in his hand. And I will always turn the praise or attention that I get for good things that I do to the Lord. I say, no, it wasn't me. It was the Lord. Joseph Smith is quoted as having said, when somebody thanked him for a miracle that he performed, he says, "No, thank God." And that's an example of taking that praise and that glory and returning it to God. And another example that I love from the Book of Mormon is Ammon, when he is preaching to King Lamoni, which I'll talk about as I get there again in the Book of Mormon. That's a little bit further ahead. But King Lamoni thinks that Ammon is the Great Spirit. He thinks he's God because he knows the thoughts of Lamoni's heart. And Ammon says, "No, I am but a man, and man in the beginning was created after the image of God. And God grants men a portion of their power, wherefore a portion of that Spirit dwelleth within me, and giveth me power that I may do these things." Ammon is another great example of taking any praise and credit and giving it to God, and abasing ourselves and being humble. We should not be like the king of Assyria and boasting ourselves against the one who wields us, like an axe. Could you imagine if your axe started saying, "Look at all these trees that I can cut down"? Well, you might say, "You couldn't cut them down unless I was swinging you." It's the same way with the Lord. The Lord says, "Sure, you did those great things, but you couldn't have done it if I hadn't given you power to do so." Therefore, he asks us to return the glory to him, for all glory is his. And that is how we show our love and our appreciation for the gifts of strength that he gives us.